Hi, welcome back. This is video number 3 of 3, which is how to put different types of adverts into your game. Okay, just a quick review. We are using Unity 2017. Much of what I'm showing you here should still be usable in previous versions of Unity, but I'm going to assume that you are currently using Unity version 2017. Good. So in video 1, just to summarize where we are so far, we set up skippable ads and we said okay, if there's an event in the game, in this case is a button, we're going to show a skippable ad. Okay, and that works. And in video number 2, we set up a timed ads. When this reaches 10, it's going to show an ad. Good. And we use the skippable ad on a timer for that example there. Good. So for those of you who are new to these videos, please go back to video number 1 and watch that to learn how to set up ads in your game in the first instance. Okay, and just to remind, you need to have ads turned on, okay, in your services window, which is window services. Okay, ads need to be turned on for this to work. Good. So again, if you're, for your reference, there's a quick start guide on the Unity website which you can find, okay, by searching for that in the search bar here. Good. And I've made reference to this in this video because we're going to use something called rewarded ads. Okay, and rewarded ads are where we show an ad to somebody and give them a reward for watching that ad. In particular, they will request the ad, okay, by pressing a button. Okay, good. So let's close that. Now, as I said again in the previous 2 videos, there are some code samples that are available in previous versions of Unity, and I have put them in Notepad here for you, so that you can just take a screenshot of those. In videos number 1 and 2, we were using this code, which is a skippable code ad, and in this video we're going to be using this one, okay, which is going to give us a rewarded ad. Alright, and I'll go through that with you in some detail. Alright, especially for those people who are relatively new to coding, it's good to have an understanding how this works, and then if there are any problems, you kind of gives you a good start on where to look. Okay, good. So in this situation, what we're going to do now, we are going to set up a button, and we're going to, when they press the button, the player presses the button, they're going to watch an ad, and then we're going to reward them for watching the ad by giving them some credits. Alright, okay, maybe these credits can be used in the game to buy something, or like extra ammo or stuff like that. Okay, it's up to you. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to turn off this button for the from the first video. I'm going to turn off this timer text. Okay, and I'm going to go to the ads manager, which we made in video 1 and we used again in video 2, and again we're going to use it in video 3. Okay, so we're going to remove that, don't need that. Okay, and I'm going to remove that as well. The approach to rewarded ads is slightly different to the others, in as much as we are enticing or offering rewards as an incentive for the player to watch an ad. Okay, So let's start at the beginning. So let's go to our ads manager, and I've got this script here that I'm going to drag onto it called ads button. Alright, and this is, I've called it ads button because they're going to press a button and they're going to get some rewards. Alright, now it's asking for something called credits text. So on our canvas we need to create text, UI text, and let's set that up now. So we'll call it credits. Let's call it credits. Alright, and we'll give them, put that on there, and we'll just tidy that up a little bit. Okay, make it white so as we can see it more easily. I'll tell you what, I'll make it gold. Alright. And we'll put that possibly up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to make it bigger so as we can see it. Alright, good. So that's the first thing we need. And the second thing we're going to need is we're going to need a button for this. So we create UI, a button. This is the button they're going to press. To receive the reward, okay, and watch the ad. So call it button rewarded ads, and here it says something like watch an ad to get 100 credits. Okay, credits are like ammo or whatever you want to call it. Okay, I'm just going to use credits. Okay, good. And here, to make our button a little bit bigger. Okay, make it look a little bit nicer. Okay, so there's our button, and we're going to press this button, and we're going to watch an ad, and this credits is going to go up by 100. Okay, good. So how do we do that? Alright, well, in our ads manager, as I said, we have this script, and it's asking for our credits text. Just name that properly. We're going to drag our text credits into there, and then we're going to open this script. We're going to have a look at this. This is a little bit more complicated than the previous scripts that we've been doing, so I'll take a little bit more time explaining what's going on. And for those of you who are new to or relatively new to coding, okay, I'll try and explain as clearly as possible what's happening in an easily understandable way. Okay, good. So in this script, first thing we need to do is, because we are using the UI, right, that means that we're going to got some text. We're going to display some text. We need to have Unity Engine UI at the top. Okay, and because we're going to be activating or using advertisements, we need to have Unity Engine .advertisements at the top as well. So we're using both the UI and the advertisements. Good. If you don't have the advertisements, it won't work. Great. So in here, what I've done is I've created an integer called credits, and I've set it to 0. So that means at the start of the game they have 0 credits. And this is the piece of text here, which we have dropped into our script attached to our ads manager here. Okay, good. Feel free to take a screenshot of this, okay, for your reference. Next thing we did was we created another integer called add credits, and I've set this to 100. That means we're going to give them 100 credits. On my button here it says watch an ad to get 100 credits, so here we go, there's the 100. Good. So in awake, what we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, credits text is equal to credits equals credits, and the credits' current value is 0. So at the start of this game we're expecting this to say credits equals 0. Okay, that's what that does. Now this piece of text here, this script here, these functions here, yeah, are what are going to deliver the rewarded ads. Okay. Now, as I showed you before, I've got this. This is the example scripts that were available on previous versions of Unity, and you can get this off of the Unity website. Alright, just search for it. Okay, it's there somewhere. So I haven't changed anything in the first part, but I have added something in the second part, which is where we're going to give the reward. I'll come to that in a moment. So the first thing here is we have this public show rewarded ad. So it's public, which means that we can access it outside of our script, which means that we can join this button to this function. Okay. Now what's this function going to do? Well, it basically says if there's an advertisement ready, yeah, a rewarded video, yeah, if there's a rewarded video or an advertisement ready to be displayed in your game, then it's going to show it. It's going to show this ad. Okay. Now at the same time, what it's going to do is it's going to kind of say, well, okay, we've shown this ad, or we've tried to show this ad, so what were the outcomes of that? And if we look here, it says here, okay, if we've shown this ad, then there's 3 possible outcomes. First is that the ad finished. It was successfully shown. Okay, so it says here the result of showing this ad was yes on the debug log, and the debug log is something that can show in the console. Alright, console is like window console, you can see the console, it'll display that for you, okay, if you want to use the console. And if it's successfully shown, we're going to run another function we're going to give them a reward. Okay, and this is the reward we're going to give them. And the reward is a very simple piece here. It just basically says credits equals credits plus add credits. So if this ad was successfully shown, we're going to give them a reward. We're going to add 100 to their current value of credits. So that means first time they watch an ad, they'll get 100 credits. They watch 2 ads, so they're 200 credits. 3 ads, 300 credits, and so on. Okay. And then we display that in this piece of text at the top. So we're kind of displaying how many credits they have in this piece of text here. Okay. Good. So that was the first scenario. It was the ad was successfully shown. Give them a reward. The second scenario is that the ad was skipped. If the ad was skipped before reaching the end, then we do nothing. We don't give them a reward. And here, if it failed, the ad failed to be shown, there was some kind of problem somewhere, then again we don't give them a reward. Now, in this example, I have decided that if there was a problem, I'm not going to do anything. I.e., if there was a problem, I'm just not going to reward them. If you wanted to, you could add other things inside here to do something else. Alright. But in my example, I'm not going to do that. I'm basically going to say, okay, the ad was successfully shown. Here's your reward. Thanks. Good. So just make sure that's saved. And I'm going to come back into Unity. And just wait a second. Let's save this scene. There we go. Alright, all good. And now we're going to join our button to that piece of script, that ads button script, which is now attached to the ads manager. Okay, so we're going to join this button to this script, which is on this ads manager. So we click the button, come down the bottom, it says on click, you go plus, drag your ads manager in, because that's where the script is that we want to access, and then you look for your function. Well, it's on ads button script, and we look for it, and there it is, show rewarded ad. As I said to you earlier, we can access this because it has the word public in front of it, so that's why it's showing up in here. So now this button will show an ad, okay, and it will update the text credits to the correct amount. Alright, so file, save, and let's see if this works. So press play. And the first thing we notice that there is something working because credits change from 000 to 0. So that's a good sign, because that means that it's set it to the value in our script. Alright, so we know something's working there correctly. It says here, watch an ad to get 100 credits. So let's press this button. Oh, good. We've got an advert. So they've pressed an advert, they're watching this advert. And two things about this. First of all, because it's not a skippable ad, there's no skippable button on there, so they can't skip it. Okay, this ad will just run. And it says there, the second thing, that everything seems to be working, so it's working correctly. Now we've got a button here called close. We're going to close that. And we can see now that our credits have increased by 100, so it's working. So the player says, okay, do you know what, I want to get another 100 credits. I need to do something in the game, and I'm going to need 200 credits. I'm going to watch another ad. Okay, let's do that. Watch another ad, 200. Watch another ad, 300. Okay, and that's the idea. Close, and it works. Great. So that's how you set up rewarded ads in your game. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to turn on, because we're at the end of video number 3, I'm going to turn on the button, and I'm going to turn on the timer, and in the ads manager I'm going to drag in our skip script and our ads timer script. I'm just going to fill the gaps. As we did in the previous versions, okay, the previous videos. So that button's joined up, that button's joined up. We've got a timer, and we've got everything joined together now. And we're literally going to have 3 types of adverts on the same scene. Okay, so let's have a look at first. Let's see our timer. So see if it still works. When this gets to 10, we're going to see a skippable ad. Good. And then we're going to watch an ad to get 100 credits. I'm going to close that. One small thing, I'm just going to move that button for you. So as you can see it, there we go. So again, just to demonstrate and to summarize all three of the videos, there's the ad timer. We're going to get a skippable video at 10. There we go. Skip that. Now we're going to request a skippable ad because of some kind of event in the game. Let's skip that. Let's get rid of that one. And then we're going to watch an ad and get 100 credits. And we're going to get another 100 credits and another 100 credits. Alright, great. So as you can see, it all works. And thanks very much for watching. And I hope you learned something. Please feel free to subscribe to this channel, and look forward to you watching some of our other videos. Thank you, and goodbye.